Hey guys, Mike Volkin here with Freelancer Masterclass. Today's topic is on Upwork mistakes. I have listed the top 7 Upwork mistakes I see freelancers make. So go through these with me. Tell me how many of these mistakes that you make, and hopefully, if you do make these mistakes, you'll be able to correct them. Okay. The first mistake: bidding too low. Too many freelancers will, even experienced ones. Like I had a job open the other day, and someone with like 20 years experience sent me a proposal for like 18 bucks an hour, and I'm like, this is a job that I was prepared to pay over $100 an hour for. It was a high level position for my company, and I was like, there's no way that you're working for $18 an hour. So I got on this phone with this person and said, hey, would you mind me asking why you bid $18 per hour? He's like, oh, that was just to kind of get you on the phone to get the conversation started. Well, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I think you're a liar and I don't want to work with you. Like, why would you falsely attract me into a conversation? Now I have no interest in what you have to say. And, I didn't say it that meanly, but I said basically that is a wrong way to attract people. You're giving people the wrong impression when you send a bid that's too low. And you're also jeopardizing your own value, your own self-confidence. So send a bid that accurately represents what you feel you should be paid. Okay. Number 2, pressuring the prospect. So when they respond to you and they say, yeah, let's set up a time, and then you set up a time, you talk, and then there's like nonstop emails on your behalf that go to the prospect and say, have you made a decision yet? What can I do to help, close this deal? Whatever you need to say. It's like daily. Have you made a decision yet? Have you made a decision yet? That is the wrong way to get attention. And if you want to keep, emailing them and following up with them, send them something of value. Don't just keep asking them. Don't keep asking them to respond just to get, what you're doing is you're taking time. Just to get a response from them is a bad way to go about getting someone to close a deal with you, okay? So don't pressure the prospect. That's one of the things, even if I'm interested in somebody when I'm hiring, if they keep following up with me over and over and over again, like every single day, I say, it's the same as yesterday. And then eventually I just block you. I'm like, this is enough, guys. I can't, this is an indication of what it's like to work with you. I won't be able to handle it because it's taken way more time for me just to communicate with you than I would just be able to do the project myself at this point. Number 3, being too confident. I get hesitant when I'm hiring for a position, and then the freelancer says, oh, this is easy. I can do this. Yeah, it's nothing. I'll knock this out in a couple hours. That's kind of telling me your confidence might be high. That's great, but you might not be giving it the attention to detail that I need, and you might not know the full scope. So why are you saying it's easy, right? There might be other things involved. There's a lot of things about the job that you might not even know yet because we haven't even talked. So don't be too confident. Ask the right questions when going after a job, and don't say anything is easy until, even if you've done it 100 times, because there's always something that could throw a wrench that could turn what you said was easy into a problem, and now you've got the promise of over delivering, or I'm sorry, now you've got the issue of over promising, which is something you don't want to do. Okay. Speaking of over promising, one of the things that turns me off when I'm hiring on Upwork is that people will say that they get something done in a day and a half. And I know this is a project that takes 20, 40 hours. There's no way you're gonna do this in a day. Or you can do it for an ungodly low amount. I might put a project up there for $2,000 and somebody says they could do it for 400. It's like, I have a pretty good idea of this project. I know what it's gonna take. Why would you give me such, a low bid? So make the bid reasonable, but show your value. Okay, so don't overpromise. That is not a way to get prospects. That's a very, very common mistake that freelancers make. Number 5, sending unpersonalized form letters. Probably my single biggest pet peeve is when I put a job up on Upwork, I get about 20 to 30 applicants within a day or so, and 18 of those 20 are just standard letters that you would send to any job. I don't even know if you've read it. And that's why a lot of you'll see Upwork postings now are saying at the bottom of the job, like, reply with the words, banana in the top of your job bid letter, so I know that you read this. Like, that happens a lot. I don't personally do that, although I should. But if you don't address me from sentence number 1 of something personal that I know that you read this job posting, then I'm going to discount your application. Okay? A lot of companies do that as well. Number 6 on the list of top 7 Upwork mistakes freelancers make is not having alerts. So fast qualified applicants usually get the job. So you need to go to Upwork and set alerts for keywords that match your criteria. In my testing, I do a lot of testing on what gets Upwork jobs and what doesn't. You are 36% more likely to get a job on Upwork if you apply for the position within 4 hours. It's not like a corporate job where it's almost like for a corporate job, it's a tournament style, right? So think about it like a manager puts a job position out on Indeed.com or Monster.com, one of those job boards. They take in a bunch of resumes and then they say, okay, which one makes it to the first round? They go through the stack. Okay, great. We interviewed these first round candidates. Now, of that best one, which ones can we eliminate? Okay, these are the losers. Okay, round 2, these are the losers. And then basically it goes all the way to the end until you have one candidate, one champion of the tournament that just made it through the entire round. That's how corporate jobs are done. But for freelance jobs, it's like you've got a person or a company who needs a project done. They don't go through this tournament round. There's no time for that. Okay? What you have is someone that needs a job done, and you, as a freelancer, need to show that you can do the job in the budget and timeline that they need, and that you're qualified to do it. That's all you need. And the first one that does that will get the job. Okay? Very different hiring process than the corporate. And the last one is not checking your My Stats page. So on Upwork, there's a section called My Stats. It's under the work section, I believe. So if you go to the work on the top in the nav bar and go down to My Stats, those are all the stats that are important to you that you need to do to get on the top of search engines, the search engine for Upwork. So when people type in like SEO, like you want to appear on top, those are all the stats that Upwork gives you are the ones that are important to their algorithm. Just know that there's a reason why they're giving you those stats. Okay. And the bonus one is not paying attention to your profile. Too many people write a profile and it's not updated. Like, for example, every time I finish a project for Upwork, I'll go to my profile and I'll add that to my portfolio, and then I'll change some keywords. You know, I'm always playing around with like, what's going to make my profile perform better this week. So I'm adding sentences, I'm taking some things away. My interests are changing too. Like I used to be big on public speaking, and now I'm like, So I took that all out of my profile. Like I don't want to attract public speaking gigs or people that are interested in me helping them get public speaking gigs. So now I'm much more interested in marketing strategy, fractional CMO work, and I'll just blanket my resume or my online profile with that kind of stuff that you would most likely see in a resume, some more corporate stuff rather than helping individuals out. And also you can utilize the specialized profiles, right? So if I have one that's just for coaching, so it has all those coaching related keywords. So pay attention to your profile, go through it. I put in my calendar every 2 weeks just to go through it, read it, make sure everything is good, make sure, every time I might catch a spelling error or something, every time I'll catch little something I want to fidget around with, I might want to change some graphics or make some check marks on there to space everything out nice. The layout needs to be nice. So just pay attention to your profile because that is huge. That's the first thing that people see before they email you to see if they're interested in you working for them. Okay, so I hope this helps. Good luck.